Ever wondered what it's like to go on a European river cruise during the holidays? In this vlog and my previous one, I take you through the entire experience, from exploring charming towns like Passau, Krems, and Linz to visiting world-famous Christmas markets in Vienna, Bratislava, and Budapest. And now we finally arrive in Vienna, just in time for some more festive magic. If you're new here, my name is Sarah from Travels with Sarah Faye, a channel all about helping you find adventure and cultural experiences around the world, whether that's solo or with a friend and family. This trip I'm taking with my mom on a Christmas market adventure. Morning from a foggy Vienna. I'm so excited. This is I've been here a few times, but I love Vienna and I've never really been here for the Christmas market, so I'm really excited to show you around as we go explore some of them and also possibly see some of the sights of Vienna as well, because it's hard not to. You're surrounded by beauty around every turn. But for now, let's eat breakfast and then head on off to the panoramic tour with Viking Cruises. After a quick breakfast, it was time to hit the road on a panoramic bus tour that took us around the Ring Road in District 2 and 1. It was very informative and really awesome to be able to get a good grasp of the history of Vienna. It was an included tour by Viking as well.
It's a faux old, it's revival, it's fake. It's something called Neo-Rhinish Romanesque. And it looks like something you would see in the upper part of the Rhine River from maybe 800-900 years ago. But no, the 19th century architects copied that old style because it was only started on the 50th anniversary on the throne of Emperor Franz Joseph. So he celebrated his golden jubilee in 1898, and that's when they started building that church, and it was just about finished by the time the First World War started. It's got several names. It's known as the Francis of Assisi Church.
Even though I'd been to Vienna before, I definitely learned a lot and found new places that I want to go back and visit.
After the brick building, that's where Gustav Klimt started his training as a house painter for all of these beautiful buildings. Today it's the University and the Museum of Applied Art, which was based on the Victorian Albert Museum in London. And it's got beautiful collections of carpets and crystals, everything to do with design. Music, we are a city of music. We have 10,000 seats available every night in historic concert halls and musical theatres. So gap in the buildings and you will see a red brick facade here, which is the very prestigious Academy of Fine Art. A young man applied twice there in 1907 and 1908 to become an artist there, and he was rejected for that man's name was Adolf Hitler.
Ring Road, or Ringerstrasse in Vienna, is a famous circular boulevard that encircles the historic city center. It's built in the 19th century and it replaced the old city walls and is now aligned with some of the most iconic landmarks, including the State Opera House, the Parliament Building, Vienna Hall, and the Hoffberg Palace. Good morning. So we had a very early morning and we headed off the ship to go on the Ringstrasse, which is the Ring Road here, and have a tour with Viking. Now we're just having an hour free time to explore this area in St. Stephen's area, and we're going to Cafe Sluka, which looks really cute. It's all decorated when you walk in. Check this out. Whoa, look at all the decorations. Do you see it? Yeah, it's so cool. Vienna's cafe culture is world-renowned, and with our break, I knew we had to check out a cafe. They offer a cozy and elegant atmosphere where locals and visitors gather to enjoy coffee, pastries, and conversation. We decided to stop into Cafe Sluka, a historic cafe close to St. Stephen's Cathedral, known for its delicious cakes and classic Viennese ambiance. As soon as you walk in, you'll realize why customers, locals, and visitors alike have been enjoying this cafe since 1891. We're at Cafe Sluka, and we got the famous soccer tour here in Vienna. And while there is a Cafe Soccer, we just found this Cafe Sluka really close to St. Stephen's Cathedral, and I'm really excited to try it because when in Vienna, try the soccer tour, right? Let's go for it. And he said to get it with whipped cream, so we did. Very chocolatey. but moist. I like it. Very good. Who said you can't have a chocolate cake for breakfast? We demolished this cake. So good. But now time to go meet the group again and check out the cathedral really quickly before we set off on to Maria Theresa Platz. While it was too early to check out the Christmas market in Stephansplatz, we headed down the Graben, one of Vienna's most famous and elegant streets. It's located in the historic city center and is a lively pedestrian boulevard filled with luxury shops, cafes, and historic buildings. We also passed the Play Column, a striking Baroque monument, and it connects to two other iconic streets, Kohl Market and Stephansplatz. Walking along the Graben is a must for anyone visiting Vienna to experience Vienna's charm, history, and upscale shopping. Guys, so this is Cafe Demel, known for their pastries, and it is like crazy long line to go to it. Here in Cafe Central are very two popular places. We went to Cafe Sluka and it was really nice. But yeah, this is the shop entrance. You can come here to this window takeaway spot and grab some stuff as well. Oh, they're making that. Alright guys, and now we're here at Hoffberg Palace. Here you can go to the Sissi Museum, tour the Hoffberg Palace, and really enjoy one of the most beautiful places in Europe. While I didn't have time this trip to go to the Hoffberg Palace and tour it, it is definitely a place you should go check out, as well as the Sissi Museum, if you decide not to do the included tour. Right now we're heading to the first Christmas market, the Maria Theresa Christmas Market, and hopefully it's open now because it's 11 a.m. Let's go get some mulled wine, or for me, fruit punch. As soon as we got to the Maria Theresa Christmas Market, I headed straight to find the coolest mug. These are really the best souvenirs you can get at the Christmas markets in Europe. Okay, I'll do the Kinder Punch one. Is it changing? Oh, yeah. This might be the coolest mug here at the Maria Theresa Platz. They have these mugs and they change colors from this like black color you see here to this like really beautiful gold. So impressive. Cool. As it was pretty cold out, we decided to head back to the ship to enjoy lunch, and the food was top notch. We had a salad, salmon, and pasta, as well as a really good dessert, and of course coffee. Okay, so right now me and my mom are just enjoying some coffee. In the common area, there is actually a place that you can do some work. They have some computers. I've not done that, but I should. And then they have a library as well here. You can see yourself. And they have all different books. Some of them are, fiction, some nonfiction, some guidebooks as well. And here is the area you can get some work done or book things. And then the coffee machine is over here where they have fresh cookies daily, different ones too. Today we have some double chocolate chip and a vanilla cookie as well. And then this is the lounge, the Aquavit lounge, where we have like different games. They did trivia last night. We have live music and the bars here as well. Hi.
Hi, Sarah. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good. And then you come out here and you find this cool area, the Aquavit. We've had breakfast here as well as lunch one day, and it's really pretty as well, and it opens up to the outside. And then there's an eating area over here. And then we come upstairs where the captain We're parked near 3 boats actually right now. But yeah, we have this part where you can enjoy the outside, and there's a walking track here as well as shuffleboard, and yeah, just more seating as well. But for now, I'm gonna enjoy this coffee and get ready to explore more of Vienna. Okay, so we just got dropped off here at the Berg Theater, and right across is the Volksgarten. Usually this is filled with roses, but right now it is winter, so it's not. But at least the sky cleared up and we can go explore more Vienna now. So the first stop is to see if we can get into Cafe Central or check it out inside. It is usually very, very popular, so we shall see if we... On the way to the famous Cafe Central, we stopped into Passage for Sale in Vienna. It is a stunning 19th century covered arcade known for its architecture featuring intricate vaulted ceilings and beautiful archways. It's located in the historic center, and it connects Herrengasse and Freyung Square. It is home to charming cafes, boutiques, and also is super close by to Cafe Central. Cafe Central is an institution here in Vienna, and I'm finally getting to try it after many visits to Vienna. I've never been here, and it's probably because there's a line wrapped around this building, but it's really beautiful inside, and honestly, so far worth it. I got the melange, which is a Viennese style coffee. They use espresso, infuse it with some hot water and froth the milk. Check out this froth job on this. And they also, it's when you come to a Viennese coffee, you choose your dessert and tell them the number or show the waiter, and voila, you are here in Cafe Central enjoying a place that has been enjoyed by many of the Viennese elite cultural, who else has come here? They said Hillary Clinton has been here, and many other famous people. And now a lot of tourists come, and you are going to have the tourist prices, but I think it's worth it, because when can you say you drink coffee in a UNESCO World Heritage Cafe? So let's drink to that and enjoy a great dessert here in Cafe Central. After enjoying Cafe Central, it was time to head back out, and the city was full of beautiful light displays, and it was definitely magical to walk beneath. Right now we're on the Graben, which is one of the main streets leading up to Stephansplatz, and they have these beautiful chandeliers, and during New Year's Eve they actually do a blue Danube waltz here, and people will waltz into the new year. I really wish I had some to waltz with into the new year, but for now I'm alone, so oh, that's weird. But yeah, so basically they waltz here and then they have a big party, and yeah, I guess it goes for a long time, even if it's cold. On the way to the Christmas market, we headed to St. Stephen's Cathedral, which is a historic cathedral in Vienna dating back to 1137, with Gothic structure built in 14th century after a fire destroyed the Romanesque church. It's since played a central role in Viennese religious and cultural history, witnessing royal weddings, funerals, and historical events throughout the centuries. You can come into the church for free, and you can also, for extra money, go up to the North Tower for a view, or get the all-inclusive ticket that includes the museums as well. I've done it before on a previous trip, so I'm not doing this trip, but it's definitely one of the many things you can do here in the city center of Vienna. The Christmas market in St. Stephansplatz was really cute and small, and they had, but we decided to head on to the Rathaus Christmas market. Right now we're making it to the main Christmas market right in front of the Rathaus City Hall here in Vienna, and it's called the Vienna Christkindl Market, and it's right in front of the Berghaus Theater, and it's so pretty. Check this out. The blinking heart that crossed the Rathaus Plaza happened every 30 minutes and then lit up the street full of other hearts, and it was definitely a very magical moment here in Vienna. It was massive, so be sure to leave plenty of time to explore. I really enjoyed all the unique things here, and of course, the food. You are definitely not going to want to miss getting a Wiener in Vienna when you're here. They are definitely good and pretty big. While you're in Vienna, make sure to get a Manor wafer. These are some famous, beloved Austrian treats that originated in 1898 in Vienna, filled with hazelnut cream. These wafers are so delicious. After all that, I was still hungry, so we decided to try some schnitzel. All right, guys, I got this chicken schnitzel. I got this pork schnitzel burger, and it's so good. They put horseradish on it, they put onions on it, they put salad on it, and also, of course, Wiener Schnitzel. This is really, really good. Worth the €9.90. Alright guys, trying an Austrian flatbread with ham, cheese, sour cream, and a little garlic. And very good. Cost €6.90. Finally, before leaving the market, I suggest doing the ice skating outdoors in front of the Rathaus. This place was massive and so beautiful and festive. After a long day, it was time to call it a night, and we headed back to the ship and ended up waking up the next day in Bratislava, Slovakia. Bratislava is the capital of Slovakia and is a charming and vibrant city nestled along the Danube River, offering a blend of medieval history and modern culture. Its old town is filled with cobblestone streets and a really cute Christmas market, which is what we were in town for. But first, we kicked off our time in Bratislava with an included tour by Viking, and it was really great to go around the historic buildings and landmarks and learn about Bratislava. It was truly an amazing experience to walk around and understand the history that surrounded us, both modern as well as old history that stretched back centuries. And right now we're in the Old Town area where you can see the Opera House behind me. We just passed through the Eugene Station Square, where there's a statue celebrating the Soviets for freeing them from World War II. However, then they never left, and there was communism here until, actually not that long ago. But yeah, right now catching up to the tour. It's pretty windy today. Is also a monument that was created to commemorate the plague that hit here. There's also a big one in Vienna. We're now leaving the area where the Christmas market is and heading to the oldest part of Bratislava, which is up here. And you'll see there's a castle, and yeah, we're heading there now. Hopefully not too big of an uphill because it looks like it's pretty high. Next, we headed past St. Martin's Cathedral in Bratislava, which was where Maria Theresa was crowned Queen of Hungary in 1741. What went on in the church?
11 coronations, but only 10 men. Who was
10 men. One? The last one was coronated was what? Maria Theresa?
Yeah. That's when this became like a temporary castle.
Okay, so we're now heading into the Old Town. This is the oldest part of the Old Town gates that used to be here. As we walked around every corner, there was so much history. Mozart played here when he was 6 years old, here in Bratislava. So now we're heading to the oldest church in Bratislava, the Franciscan Church, and going to watch an organ concert and get warm because it is quite cold today and windy. Viking definitely puts a lot of care in their excursions, and this included one really was special and one that I'll always remember. We were about to be treated to a private concert by a couple from Bratislava.
Good morning.
Good morning.
To our Passau Christmas in Bratislava. We have chosen the most beautiful selections for you by world-famous composers such as Johann Sebastian Bach, John Francis Wade, or Andrew Lloyd Webber. Just kidding, yeah. We are the country duet from Bratislava. My name is I'm a singer. And up the stairs is my beloved wife Maria, who sings and plays the organ.
After a wonderful concert, we headed to Konditorei Kukkaren, which is one of the most picturesque and Instagrammable cafes and konditories you're gonna find when in Bratislava. Be sure to get here early. We got so lucky as there is limited seating here and no reservations. They have wonderful coffees here as well as pastries, and the ambiance is definitely really worth the money here. They did have a minimum spend of about 16 euros, but between the coffee and the pastry, you will definitely reach that. Afterwards, I headed to the main square with my mom and we checked out the Christmas market here. It definitely was on more of the pricier side compared to German markets, but it was very cute and I love the picturesque red tents everywhere. And of course, we did search for some local food here. Trying one of the things they said to try here, the Bratislavski Rojak. This was 2 euros and it's filled with poppy seed. Interesting. Trying some Slovakian food, and this is the Loska Brinza, which is filled with cheese, hot, and just like a lot of butter, and made out of this like potato pancake wrapped up. It is really good, especially on a cool day like today. Very good, very buttery. Right by the Christmas market, you can head to the Bratislava City Hall Tower, which costs 5 euros to climb up for some 360-degree views. Alright guys, right now I'm in the town hall heading on up to check out the tower, but there's also a palace and museum here where you could check out the different like artifacts as well as learn more about the history of Bratislava. Right now we're going to the old town hall tower. Finally, it was time to head back to the boat, but first we stopped in at the St. Martin's Cathedral. Okay, so there's also like a crypt you can go down there and see. It's 4 euros and 20 cents for an adult, and it also gives you admission to the museum. And there's like some famous or very important archbishops that are buried there, as well as Hungarians. It's definitely a beautiful church. They actually had quite a few coronations here, including Maria Theresa, right?
The only woman
crowned here. And yeah, so you can come into the church for free, but if you want to go to the museum and the crypt, it's an additional like 4 euro 20 cents. But we're gonna head to the Christmas market and then head back to the boat. Next, we headed to the Huzdeslav market. Definitely probably mispronouncing it, but it was on the way back to the ship. Alright guys, so we just got this really yummy sandwich. It's 7 euros and 50 cents with onions and oh, it's so good. This market was definitely more local and affordable, and it was close by to the Christmas tram, which I had to try it out because it was so cute. But finally, it was time to get off and go back to the ship. And just like that, it's time to say bye to Bratislava. We're getting on the boat. We'll be here a little bit longer. All aboard is at 5:45, but yeah, I'm just heading back a little sooner. It's getting cold out, and oh my god, there's the Christmas trolley I just took. So cute. After dinner, it was time to set sail towards Budapest, Hungary, and say goodbye to the beautiful sights of Bratislava and head to Budapest, Hungary. We even passed the Eger Cathedral, which is the largest cathedral in Hungary, on the way. I ended up having an early night to enjoy Budapest fully the next day. Budapest, Hungary is a vibrant capital and is a city that effortlessly blends rich history, stunning architecture, and a lively cultural scene. Set on both sides of the Danube River, we have Buda on one side and Pest on the other, one offering historical landmarks and panoramic views, while Pest, the more lively side, offers trendy cafes, even ruined pubs, and of course, the Budapest Parliament. We decided to take the panoramic bus tour offered by Viking. This tour went in depth on history as well as cultural landmarks.
Those times. So when the Ottomans, the Turks, were expounding not only towards southeastern Europe but also towards the Middle East, Northern Africa, and they were expounding, and they even occupied us, our territory. But the Western Europe was very afraid that they could expound even more, occupying more lands. That's why mostly the popes were the ones who were organizing Christian armies, sending here to chase back the Ottomans, the farther the better, from Central Europe. And that's why, since most of those soldiers were Austrian soldiers, here in the end of the 1600s, the Austrian armies defeated the Ottomans. But once they defeated them, they announced Hungary property of the Habsburg Empire, Habsburg, the Austrian royal dynasty. And basically the last time when most of these buildings were destroyed was in the end of the 1600s, and since after that we were under the Austrian occupation. If you look around, there are many buildings with yellow color because that was imported yellow buildings with marble decoration. Using the old good walls of the destroyed buildings, of the ruins, we rebuilt this town in the 1700s, and most of the buildings still exist today. So if the buildings have plaque like this, Műemlék means historical object, it means a very old building, part of the history. And for example, if someone lives here, he can't renovate in new style. Inside, yes, but not outside.
Finally, we headed to explore the Buda side and head to St. Matthias's Church and Fisherman's Bastion, two of the most picturesque and visited places in Budapest. And there are such beautiful views here and even a Christmas market. While we were mainly here to visit the interior of the church and Fisherman's Bastion, there are so many things to do here for the Christmas market, including live entertainment, glühwein, as well as hot chocolate and chimney cakes. It definitely was a lively atmosphere. St. Matthias Church is located in the Castle District and is a stunning example of Gothic architecture and has a rich history dating back to the 13th century. Here you can see the burial place of kings as well as the site of numerous coronations. This was just another thing that was included with our Viking excursion, making Viking Cruises really awesome because taking a tour here during peak season is definitely something you have to reserve in advance. After visiting the church and getting our photos at Fisherman's Bastion, it was time to head back on the bus towards the Viking Eger to have lunch. Welcome to Budapest, Hungary. I'm so excited to finally be back here. I used to live in Budapest for a year for a fellowship, and now I always would see these Viking ships pass by, and finally I get to be on one right here in the Danube, and we're actually completing our Christmas market cruise here. We have one more night on the boat and going to the Christmas market at St. Stephen's Basilica tonight. We just did a panoramic tour around Budapest to get acquainted with the city again, and went to Fisherman's Bastion as well as St. Michael's Church at the top over there right behind me. And then now we are just having lunch in the beautiful Aquavit Lounge. But for now we're gonna relax a little bit, get some coffee, and get ready to explore more of Budapest. We have such a beautiful day here. This is nuts. Like, I can't believe it. Just another reason why you should visit as well. Since my mom and I were gonna actually through Christmas, we decided to enjoy the boat for our last day until nightfall, when we were taking another included tour to the Christmas market in St. Stephen's Basilica Square. Alrighty guys, so right now we're on the night tour with Viking Cruises. We're going to the Christmas market, but first stopping at the Strudel house here in Budapest to try some strudel, as well as like some people are trying Glühwein or some non-alcoholic hot drinks. But yeah, the line is long, so hopefully the strudel is good. And then we're gonna go to St. Stephen's Basilica area to go check out the Christmas market and the lights and just begin the end of our trip with Viking Cruises. But we will be staying longer in Budapest to explore. But for now, this is just giving you a taste of what Budapest has to offer. Another thing they do offer for Viking Cruises is post excursions that they have, and they stay a little extra longer here in Budapest, and you can explore with Viking longer, or you could do it on your own like I am doing. But either way is a great option. One is definitely very luxurious. They're staying at the Four Seasons Budapest and the New York Palace Hotel as well. But let's go get our strudel. After watching them make the strudel, it was time to enjoy some. We got the apple strudel and had some tea. They also had Glühwein if you'd like to have a drink as well. This may have been the busiest Christmas market I've ever been to, but it was also really fun with a lot of live entertainment, as well as a light show that lit up St. Stephen's Basilica in Budapest. This is definitely a must. As I was full off the strudel and we still had dinner back at the boat, I wanted to just enjoy the light show. But there was also langos you could have here, goulash, and of course, sausages. While this looked tempting, I went for the hot chocolate. Guys, we're here in St. Stephen's Basilica Christmas Market, and I got the Christmas mug here. It looks very cute, and a hot chocolate inside with whipped cream. It costs a whopping $3,500 for the mug and $1,500 for the hot chocolate. But yeah, so total $13. But the ambiance is pretty worth it in my opinion. This is one of the best Christmas markets in Europe. So yeah, let's try this now. After warming up the hot chocolate, it was time to warm up by going back to the ship for dinner and a special concert afterwards. After being treated to a very special classical concert, I ended up going to a unique thing, a McDonald's that was having a rave, before heading to some of the famous ruin pubs like Simple Care. What is a ruin pub, you may ask? These are an iconic part of the city's nightlife, set in abandoned buildings and courtyards, offering a quirky atmosphere with some eclectic decor. Definitely a must visit when in Budapest. After a late night, I had an early morning because we were departing. Just like that, it's time to say goodbye to the Viking gear. This has been such an amazing experience with Viking Cruises, and now we're saying goodbye. But not saying goodbye to Budapest just yet. We're gonna stay here through Christmas and enjoy all that Budapest has to offer. I love it here. This used to be my former home, and it is so pretty out, and the sun's out again. We're getting so blessed today. I'm so happy. As I wrap up this unforgettable Viking River Christmas Market cruise, I hope you enjoyed the experience and plan your own Viking cruise adventure one day. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and if you check the link in my description, you'll find a blog post with more information on this wonderful experience.